majestic Zoids all. They build monster machines in their space race, cosmic conquest the Zoidarian call. The mighty Zoidstar they covet all space, militaristic Zoidarians all. They build monster machines in their space race, cosmic conquest the Zoidarian call. The mighty Zoid fleet of Aquazoids deploy, taking to alien waters in force, with Mind Rider and toys and steel alloy. The Aquazoids chart the naval battle course. Aquazoids dominate alien seas. They carry Zoidarian will on the breeze. Laser fire brings aliens to their knees, expanding naval dominance with ease. But then Zoidarian might has collapsed, with mighty Zoids' birth dreams are dashed. The time of their space empire has now lapsed. Zoids rule Zoidstar with their own masters thrashed. But the Zoidarian might has collapsed, with mighty Zoids' birth dreams are dashed. The time of their space empire has now lapsed. Zoids rule Zoidstar with their old masters thrashed. Aquazoids, your purpose is now clear to see. With guardians against red mutants fight. Planet Zoidstar warfare rings out in glee. Neon laser Zoids fire lights, Zoidstar nights. Aquazoids dominate alien seas. They carry Zoidarian will on the breeze. Laser fire brings aliens to their knees, expanding naval dominance with ease. Aquazoids dominate alien seas. They carry Zoidarian will on the breeze. Laser fire brings aliens to their knees, expanding naval dominance with ease. In the new space age, for the gold Zoids, Aquazoid. Let loose the lasers and torpedoes all. Zoid warfare with the reds we cannot avoid. Send out the ocean chill with your Zoid call.